Okay, so I'm not particularly a triangle guy, but I end up in the position a lot. So what we'll do is just do the basic setup to it, where I'm going to just push one hand through, and then I'm just going to lock my legs above. All right, so I'm in the triangle position. All right, so we're going to start with the basic, where he's grabbing the leg, gonna defend. And this one was kind of made famous, this counter with Tito Ortiz. So it's on the Ultimate Fighter. He, you put all your weight on this leg, and it's very difficult for me to triangle you, and there's truth to that, and that's not a bad defense. But I'm gonna attack the arm, and if I'm gonna do a Kimura, if I grab his wrist here and try to reach over it, that's a big fight game. I mean, that's going to be difficult for me to win that battle, because I'm not going to be able to get my hand through to grab my own wrist. But especially if he's got his hands together in that, then it's even harder for me to try to get that normal Kimura. So the reverse grip Kimura comes in, and this is a Professor Raider kind of special. I'm going to hip up so I can wheel and kind of needle this arm through underneath. It's going to be hard to get it like in here if you squeeze in that, but I can find a little opening where I can get it this way. And then I'm going to hook his arm here, grab my own bicep, and then grab the wrist. Now from here, we could try to do the normal that you see in a bunch of YouTube videos or magazines or whatever, how to do the Kimura. I'm going to do it just a little bit different than I've seen it done before, where I'm squeezing the shoulder nice and tight, and I'm pushing his body away from me as I'm pulling his shoulder out of socket. And if this is all super tight, then all I got to do is turn away from him here, and then I get the submission. The more that I give him in the shoulder, if I'm just doing the shoulder normal type Kimura, I can lift up, and then you see how much more space he has before the submission. Squeeze, push away, pull the shoulder out of socket, and then I use my body. That's like maybe an inch movement of coming here versus I'm here and I'm trying to pry it open and he has more flexibility this way. So once he does the defense, he's grabbing, I hip up and I reach my hand through and kind of needle thread it, grab the bicep, grab his wrist, and then I'm squeezing, clamping down on his shoulder, pushing away, and then I turn and get the submission there. So there's no real muscle, not a whole bunch of energy, and kind of takes the strength out of the technique completely. All right, 10 submissions real quick. Let's see. All right, so we're coming through. We do the triangle. He grabs here to defend. I feed through. I grab. I do my move here where I'm doing the reverse grip Kimura, and then with the wrist lock at the same time, boom, I feed it into the arm press coming here, and then he answers the phone. I push the elbow across. I got the Americana coming this way, and I have the wrist lock coming down here, but then also turning enhances a lot of pain this way. So you'll get the submission with the gooseneck, but as you turn it, and it's even more. And then I could lose all of that stuff here. He straightens the arm out. That's fine. I could put my fist into the throat here and then get the submission that way, right? I can go and pivot with the arm bar here and get the triangle at the same time. Somehow I miss it and he postures up or does something here. I switch to the arm bar coming this way, and then he postures back up. I go back to the triangle. He goes to grab. I push it around and I do the omoplata coming this way. How many was that? Was that 10?
9? I counted 9. Unless you count the two different wrist locks. It was 9.
If I said 10, then I'll have to count both of them. And then I'm at 10?
Because it was like here,
Yeah,
but if you did this.
One and then the turning one. If you count those as 2, then it was 10.
Yeah.
All right, count them as 2 then.
10 global submissions.
Cool. All right, can go. I didn't teach in detail the arm bar and the omoplata because I thought everybody knew that already, right? You guys know? Truthfully, anybody really experienced, they're not going to tap from that anyway. They're just kind of like, oh, that sucks, you know. But anyway, so put me in that triangle. So this is, I'm going against Tito Ortiz, and he's the UFC champion. So I could be wrong on this. It's my opinion. I got my opinion from Professor Raider. So who tapped Tito out, by the way. So I'm just saying. He feeds a triangle. Okay, so this hanging, I'm sorry, coming down this way and putting my weight down here, or coming and hanging on and trying to collapse this way, are both ways that people try to defend answering the phone. This, I don't know who came up with this one, but this but this is the defense for the triangle. I don't think it's a good one, but it is on. The one that I would prefer that we do is one, not getting into this position, obviously, but two, my arm comes across and acts like a belt on his hips. I push down here and then I look up and I posture up, and I might have to fight his grip on my head or whatever, and that's fine. But I posture up and I get underneath his hips here, way difficult to triangle, way difficult. And then if I want to add another defense to it, then I can sit back and do a, I'm not good at this one, but this is a good one for PJ Penn and flexible people, where you're going to sit back and you're going to lock up here and extend. So you can't, so there's no option for them to transition or do anything else. But the posture, making the belt, posturing up here, looking to the ceiling, that's the best one that I found for me personally, and for, you know, students that have been successful with those defenses. This one I would discourage the grabbing and hanging down. If you're stalling, got 10 seconds left in the match and you're up 5 points and you know you can last 10 seconds by hanging on, then that's an option. Pulling down the other leg, that's an option too. Nothing wrong with that. Jumping around and spinning over the person, that's an option as well. Some people like to do the stacking thing. Stacking works for some people, especially if you got weight. I haven't been real successful with stacking people getting out of the triangle, but it is a legitimate counter to the triangle. Any questions? So this works for me a lot, and it turns into other submissions at times. But if I'm getting knee on stomach and I'm feeding through, hanging on here, or sometimes I'll get the knees coming here and I get the wrist lock this way too. Or I'm sorry, wrist lock, arm press. So I'm getting that little grind, that little thing, my wrist here behind the elbow, and coming here. So it's the same concept.